Yes, you read that correctly. Chase is currently suspending their Chase 524 rule on all of their Chase Inc. business cards until December 31st of this year. Now, this news is just breaking from the doctorofcredit.com. If you haven't checked out that site before, then I would definitely recommend you do that to stay up to date with the latest news there is in the credit card world. But today is December 26th, and I am rushing to make this video because as of an hour or so ago, I got a notification saying that this thing did just happen. Now, a lot of us may have been curious about this for a while. I know personally that I have, mainly because I've seen other credit card creators out there like Chad's Money Minutes or Luke's Points and Miles getting approved for these Chase Inc. business cards while being at 8 or even like 1024. Now, for those of y'all who don't know about this, Chase does have a very infamous rule in the credit card world. That rule being the Chase 524 rule, which basically states that if you've opened 5 or more personal cards in the past 24 months, Chase will automatically deny you for the next credit card application you have with them. Now, of course, those 5 credit cards don't have to come from Chase. They can come from any lender like Citi or Capital One or Amex or anything like that. So for those of us who really love to play the credit card game and get a lot of credit cards as soon as we can, a lot of us have the issue of being over that 5 cards in the past 24-month limit that Chase sets for you to get approved for their cards. Now, as far as we've known, this rule does apply to all of Chase's credit cards. So if you've gotten 5 or more personal cards in the past 24 months, you would not get approved for any of Chase's personal cards, business cards, or co-branded cards. But seeing all these creators getting approved for cards while being over 524 made me curious if they were being a little bit more lax on this. And then when I got this notification today that they actually are being more lax on this and it's confirmed, I had to share it with y'all. Hopefully there aren't already other like 10 videos on this topic, but I did try to make this as quick as I could, so hopefully you enjoy hearing it still. So as you can see here, we have reports that the Chase 524 rule has been temporarily suspended on all Inc. cards through December 31st. Now, I guess we all have Dan's Deals to thank for reporting this to us. What they say is that they heard from an insider who they talked to that the Chase 524 rule has been temporarily suspended on all of your Inc. business card applications until December 31st of this year. Okay, now that I'm editing the video, I did take some time to go back and check the Doctor of Credit website to see what the data points were on it for today. Not every single person is finding the same luck. It still seems like it's a little bit up in the air whether the 524 rule will apply to you or not, but it is confirmed that they are being a little bit more lax based on some data points that we found, like the ones I mentioned in this video. So I just want to come on here and make the disclaimer that your mileage for this is going to vary, but this is good news overall. Now I'll let you get back to it. Now, obviously, for the time of me filming this, that's 5 days from now, so I'm going to try to get this video out as soon as possible so y'all can take advantage of this, because the Chase Inc. business cards are coming with their highest welcome offers ever right now, at least for a couple of the cards. The other 2 might not be the highest offers they've ever had, but they are still very valuable, and according to my calculations, will get you at least $2,000 worth of free travel for signing up for them. Oh, and also, if you are looking to apply for these cards, please do check out the links down in my description to do so and help support the channel. Now that we're on Chase's page, let me go ahead and show you some of the offers that are running on their cards right now. Now, starting at the top here, we have the Inc. Business Premier card, and I'll tell you right off the jump that I probably wouldn't be applying for this card as a keeper card, but you could still get it for some cashback opportunities if you are looking for a card to apply for. But as you can see, you can earn $1,000 bonus cash back after spending $10,000 on the first 3 months of having this card. So this actually technically is a charge card from Chase where you do have to pay off the balances in full every single month. And the way that it earns is pretty interesting. It's going to give you 2.5% cash back on all purchases over $5,000 and then 2% cash back on all other business purchases outside of that threshold. It also comes with a $195 annual fee, which is why I said it's not really a keeper card unless you maybe do a ton of spend over that $5,000 threshold. And also, I don't believe you can transfer these points out to other Chase cards, which is another reason why it's not a keeper card. But for a free $1,000 in cash back, you might as well apply for this if you have nothing else to do. I'm actually going to skip these middle 2 because these are my 2 favorite cards that are on the market right now. And instead, we're going to talk about the Inc. Business Preferred credit card. This credit card is coming at you with a 100,000 bonus point offer after spending $15,000 on the card in the first 3 months of having it. So if you redeem those points for cash back at 1 cent per point, you'll get $1,000 in free cash back. This card will also give you a 25% boost on all of your points if you use them to redeem for travel through Chase's Ultimate Rewards portal. So if you use those 100,000 points for that, you'll get $1,250 worth of value. But this card also allows you to transfer all of your points out to travel partners, which is how you get the most value from all of your credit card points, not just with Chase cards. If you were to do that though, you could probably conservatively value your points at least 2 cents per point. That meaning that this card offer is giving you at least $2,000 worth of value. It does give you some decent earning categories like the 3x back on shipping and other select business categories. And another cool thing that I like about this card is that it does give you cell phone protection, which is a big perk that comes with it. Also, this card does come with a $95 annual fee, but it is a small price to pay, especially if you're going to be transferring all of your points out to travel partners with this card. But now let's talk about my 2 favorite credit cards on the market right now, mainly because of their welcome bonuses, those being the Inc. Business Unlimited and Inc. Business Cash credit cards. Both of these cards are going to give you 90,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points after spending $6,000 in the first 3 months of having it. While that sounds like a lot of spend to be doing in 3 months for some people, the offer that usually comes on this card is a 75,000 point offer after spending $7,500 on this card in the first 3 months. So really, they're increasing the amount of points points that you earn with this welcome bonus and decreasing the amount of spend you need to do to get that, which is why I've been harping on these cards for so long, because these two no annual fee credit cards from Chase are going to give you at least $1,800 worth of free travel if you transfer them out to travel partners with a card like the Ink Business Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Preferred or Chase Sapphire Reserve. That's pretty insane value for cards with literally no annual fee. On top of that, the Ink Business Unlimited gives you 1.5% back on all of your purchases, and the Ink Business Cash card gives you 5% back on certain business categories that are actually really beneficial, those being categories like office supply stores, cable and internet, and phone services. So as you can see, we now have the Ink Business Premier that is a new business credit card from Chase, which is coming with a free $1,000 worth of bonus cash back. Then you have their two no annual fee Ink Business cards offering you over $1,800 worth of value when used for travel, and those two are coming with their best offers ever, which is why it's so important to apply for these now before they get lowered. And lastly, you have the Ink Business Preferred card that is still offering 100,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points plus a ton of other benefits. So Chase is really pushing these cards heavily right now, and to know that they now are taking away the 524 rule for these cards until December 31st makes now the perfect time to apply for them. Just remember that right now a lot of lenders are starting to cut their welcome bonus offers going into 2023 with the fears of the recession and everything like that. So if you've been thinking about getting this card and you've been like, no, I can't get it because I'm at 524 or a little bit over 524, well, for the next 5 or so days, depending on when you watch this and when I actually get it uploaded, you can get one of these cards and lock in this insane value that they're offering right now before they get lowered. Also, one thing to note about these cards is that if you do have multiple businesses like different LLCs, or you apply for one of these cards as a sole proprietor and then use your LLC for a second application, you can actually have multiple of these cards. So if you are worried about not being able to get approved for them because you have already gotten one in the past, that's just not the case. I would just make sure that you are eligible for the welcome bonus beforehand. But if so, then like I said, now is the time to apply for these. I think it's really cool that Chase is suspending the 524 rule on these cards right now, and I hope that does extend more into the future. But considering we just don't know about that right now, and we know that these cards are coming with excellent welcome offers, there's really no better time to get them. And again, to reiterate, your mileage is going to vary when it comes to if you do get approved for one of these cards while over 524 or not. On top of that, I did want to point out that these cards are not going to count towards your 524 status going forward because they are business cards. Business cards don't count towards 524, but in order to get approved for any Chase card, you generally have to be under 524, which is why you need to be at 424 or less to get approved for a Chase Ink business card normally. If they're being more lax with this rule right now, like we think they are, then you can get approved for this card while over 524, and it won't contribute to your 524 status. So it's really the best of both worlds, but again, your mileage is going to vary on this. If you're willing to take that risk of a hard pull and go ahead and apply for one of these cards, then now is the time to do it with the highest chance of being approved, in my opinion. And I think that's the general consensus with all of these articles that I've been reading. Obviously, I can't promise you anything, and none of this is financial advice, but these are my thoughts. And like I said earlier, if you are interested in getting any one of these cards or all of these cards, please check out the links down in my description in order to do so. Every single time y'all use one of these links, it directly supports me and helps me to produce better content for y'all in the future, like getting this new microphone, for example. And although I don't have him with me right now because he's been at my parents' house this week for Christmas and is super tired today, Odin and I both want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you guys next time.